Give me a second. Wait for everyone to get in here. We'll wait for everyone to get in here. Hello. Let's set this up. Let's set this up. And let's put this over here. And we got a chat here. And we have this being pulled up here. Okay, so first off, hello. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you guys had a great day. First, we're going to go into this, and then I'll go into basically everything else. Just want to let everyone get in, make sure you guys could see everything, make sure everything's all good. So let me know when that is good for everyone. Boom. Hold on 1 second. Okay, why is this? Hold on. Give me 1 second. There you go. Okay, so let's kind of dive into. First, we'll go over some of the results. Then we'll go into the trades. Then we'll go into what spreads are. Then we'll go into how to produce a trade or execute a trade. So first off, here is our copy trading sheet. This one we started in November. End of October 28th. We have turned 82% return in just about 3 months, averaging 20% a month. Annualized return so far is expected to be around 246%, and we're hitting at a 91.4% win rate. Here you can see our kind of equity curve. Obviously, you can see we have losses, just like any other strategy. You're going to have losses. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Our average win is usually two times lower than our loss. That's just how we run the strategy. With spreads, you get so consistent on that win rate that you let it run to 2 times the loss and you go from there. By the way, if you guys have any questions throughout this whole thing, please do not be afraid to put those in. I'm always willing to answer any questions. Sorry, just getting this out of the way. Don't need that here. Yeah, so please do not feel afraid to do so. The whole goal is for everyone to learn and all questions be answered. Okay? My whole goal in 2026 is for people to learn spreads. Again, this is a strategy that I know has changed my life. It's a consistent income getter. I know it's changed many other lives that have asked me questions, have been through BTF. There's people that have totally stopped trading just regular options and just gone straight to spreads because the consistency is there. The compounding is there. It's slower, obviously, than you hitting a trade that goes, 1,000%. But how often are you really going to get 1,000%? How often are you going to lose 50% of that? See, that's where kind of that bullshit comes in. So focus on sizing appropriately, finding a strategy that works for you, And for me, spreads has done that. And for others, it has done the same. Option selling is one of the best things you could possibly have. I'm going to put this sheet in there so you guys just could have it. And you could always copy it and make it your own as well. Ooh. Well, let me send. Huh. Can you guys type in chat? Let me know if you guys can type in chat. That's weird. Huh. Why isn't the chat working? Hold on. I've never seen that happen before. If chat's not working and if someone's in the Discord or on Twitter or something, please DM me. I just want to make sure. I'm guessing this chat is not working. Yeah, let me know if this is working for you guys. I just want to make sure before I kind of. No, I'm regarding the chat in. Sorry, this is regarding the chat in the YouTube or the X. Is that not working for anyone? Because it won't let me send something. That's for sure. Please, if someone could let me know. Seems like it's not working, to be honest. If someone type in the chat, that's basically what I'm going at. Because then I can't answer questions if I can't see them. Maybe I have to go on YouTube right now. Maybe it's just like being weird. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. I know we kind of just went off the grid there for a second. I just want to make sure this is working so I can answer everyone's question. That's basically the whole point. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh. Okay. I see what's happening. Sorry, guys. I see. Okay, the YouTube chat itself is actually working, but so I'm on Restream, and usually it shows me everything. It's not letting me. Okay. So now that I know that it works, that's good. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Sorry, I did not see that on this end. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Oh, I'll answer the question, and we'll go back into it. Yes, there is a prop firm for spreads. I'll send you that information if you need. Get 50% off. So let's kind of dive into this again. Okay. So, here's our consistency. Here's our growth. Let's go to our other worksheet here before we kind of dive into what spreads are and what they're doing. Here's the one that I talked about, 5,000. Starts from 5,000. We are at 111,000 here. And you can see here is our monthly P&L. This is all a tractor here. Our month is March. And since then, we have been consistently making pretty good money. January is expected to be my best month of just overall since tracking this. And we're just 1,000 away with just about a week and a half left. Today's trade, I already marked it as a 0 because we're literally 500 points away. Today's trade, we got 1,400. Because we're going a little further out on the strike difference, the percentage of gain on the return on investment is a little lower. It's usually around like 1.2 to 1.5% now, but usually we're around the 2, 3, 4% range. So again, consistency. 85% win over just under 400 trades, $105,000 profit since this. Yes, I can get you that in a second here. Give me 1 second to get that prop firm thing, and then we will dive into what spreads are. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm about to dive into what spreads are and go from there. Oh, you cannot see my. Oh no, you can see my screen. Okay, good. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Let me just get this link for someone so they can see the prop firm. And if any of you are interested in the prop firm, same thing. You're able to see, you're able to get 50% off on the prop firm. I use this prop firm. I know other people use this prop firm. It allows spreads. It's the only prop firm that I know that does allow spreads. And I've had no issues with them. I've talked to them personally. I've talked to the owners, and everything seems to be nice, clean, and clear. So that's really good. I've never really heard any bad things about them not paying out. I haven't gotten a payout yet personally. Here is that link. Use code. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's dive into what spreads are, how to execute a trade, and basically go from there. Okay. Let's do this. Let's put this on Robinhood. I know a lot of people use Robinhood, so I'm just going to do it on this, make it easier, make it simple. I do a lot of NDX spreads. So we're going to have NDX up here. You're going to want to go to, first off, before we even go into this, you're going to need level 3 options trading. On any brokerage you use, level 3 options trading, and you're going to need a margin account. Now, if you hear margin and you do not use any of the margin, you just need a margin account to actually trade spreads. So level 3 options and a margin account. Now, we go into NDX, and for me, this account's 25,000, so it's only going to show me next day contracts, which is perfectly fine. If you believe, looking at NQ, let's pull this up, actually, full window. Sorry. If you believe, forgive me for my lines, that the market is going to stay up, you believe the market is going to hold a certain support, you want the market to stay up above a certain level, you're going to sell a put spread. A put spread is bullish. If you believe the market is going to go lower or stay below a certain level, you are going to sell a call spread, a call credit spread. That's bearish. So bullish is a put credit spread, bearish is a call credit spread. Very simple to understand. Now, what you would do to do this, we're going to sell a put spread, okay? So let's say I believe the market is going to hold a certain level, okay? Let's go to here. The market is currently, NDX is currently at $25,084, okay? What I'm looking to do is I'm looking to sell a high probability spread, also by looking at previous supports and resistances. Okay, we could see yesterday's low was around 24,960, just right off the bat. See these two candles right here, their bottom wicks are around 24,930, and we can see this big candle closed at 24,648. Okay, so I'm thinking in my head, okay, I want to be safe. I want to get something under these levels. I want to get something with a high probability of profit. So let's go down to that. Okay, we had 24,000 and let's just say 650, okay, to make it easy. I'm looking for a high probability trade. I'm going to look at the chance of profit of over 88% plus is where I usually move forward. Now, chance of profit may not show up on your specific brokerage, whereas on Robinhood it does here. What you would look for then is the delta. If the delta is 0.10, that means it's a 90% profit, probability of profit. If the delta is 0.15, that means it's an 85% probability of profit. If the delta is a 5, that means it is a 95% probability of profit. Okay, so let's say I'm going to sell a 24,550 put. Because this is my sold strike, I need Qs to stay, I need NDX to stay above 24,550. And you can see that here. Look at the bottom right chart. You can see that here. It needs to stay above that 24,550. Look, as it just continues to rise, the value of the expected profit does not change. As long as you stay above that level, you make profit. Now, if it goes under that level, you start to lose the collateral for that contract. In this case, I only did one side, so don't look at this number and go get crazy. Now we're going to add the bought side to that. And what this does is, one, it limits your risk tenfold. And two, it gets you that premium between the sold contract and the bought contract to give you the premium that you're going to be making on a specific spread. So let's say I buy the 24,530 put. Okay. So now my expected profit is $105. My total loss could be $1,895 because minus that $105 profit, your max loss would be $1,895. Now, the reason why it's adding up almost to that 2,000 is because 24,550 minus 24,530 is a $20 difference. NDX, it's different. So that's a $20 wide strike. Obviously, $20 wide is going to be, maybe I should have done. Let's do, let me do it here. Let me just make it easy for myself as well. Okay. Let's say I sell 597 put, I buy 595 put. Okay. There's a $2 strike difference here. And that means for every contract I buy, it's going to take $200 to open that trade. Now for NDX, we were just at a $20 wide. For every contract I buy, it's going to be $2,000 to open that trade because it's 20 wide compared to 2 wide. Okay. But look at the premium difference. Okay. So $2 wide, and I'm getting 7 cents. So I'm getting just about a 3.5% return on my investment if I buy one contract, if I buy 10 contracts, if I buy 100 contracts. So if I buy one contract, I'll get $7 of profit, risking 193. Now, here's where people look at this and say that is the worst risk management I've ever seen. Why would you ever risk that to make that? We would never, ever risk this amount, the 193 that is showing up here. All we risked is 2 times our profit. So if our entry is 6, if we're getting it at 6 cents, 1 times our profit, or 7 cents, let's just keep it 7 cents because it's going back and forth. 1 times our profit would be 14 cents, correct? 7 to 14 is 100%. 7 to 21 is 200%. So my stop loss is going to be 21 cents. 200% stop loss keeps me in check, makes me live another day. I can come back from those trades because with that said, now I can make this trade back within 2 to 3 trades at most and be profitable on that second or third trade. It keeps you in check. Again, this is a high probability strategy where you're going to win 85 to 90% of the time. So let's just say 9 out of 10 times, you take a loss every, 10 times. It's consistently compounding no matter what, even on those losses. But let's say you sold this 597 put and you bought this 595 put. Now, let's say for some stupid reason, you sold this past you held this past the 597, which is not good risk management. You're going to lose that whole entire collateral. And that is just not smart. You just lost. Yeah, it's just not smart. It's like when I tell people, why are you holding a 0 GTE or just anything down 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90%? You're never going to get that money back. You have to make literally 3 times that to make that money back and be in profit. You're putting yourself in a deeper hole without proper risk management. The same thing applies here. You need to have proper risk management to succeed in trading. Why is my screen not up? Oh my God. Has my screen not been up this whole time? What the hell? Dude, what is going on with this? way. Has that been working this whole time? None of this? I see a lot of people are having issues with audio. Restream is really off right now. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I see that you guys are saying the audio's weird. There must be something wrong with Restream right now. I know there was issues yesterday with the Wolf team. There must be more issues today because I can't even type in it or anything of that sort. So yeah, there's something a little iffy there. I know there is a little audio glitch. Does anyone have questions on any of that? What the collateral is, um, or anything of that sort? Just let me know. Just the audio is. One second. Let me. Is it better now? Hello, hello, hello. Is it working? Are we all good? All good? All good? Oh, I apologize, everyone. So if it's working, let's go to a call spread. Okay. So call spread, same thing, just the opposite. Okay. I'd say I want to buy this one. Well, I want to sell the 620 call. I believe Q's is going to stay under 620. And this time, let's buy a 623. Okay. So now it's $3 wide. I would need $300 of collateral per contract. So if I want 5 contracts, I need $1,500. 10 contracts, I need 3,000. One contract, I need 300. And here I'm going to make 15 cents. So I'm making for $300 just about 5%. So not bad, not bad. Return on investment. As long as Q stays under 620, we will make profit. This is a 92% probability of trade. So very nice. So that is what a call spread is. I just have to see. Yes, exactly. You cut it with a stop loss. So now that's a call spread. Let's go back and let's do a iron condor now, which we did earlier this week, or sorry, last week. An iron condor is you just have both sides, a put spread and a call spread, and it's going to be the two sold strike. So 597 is our sold put strike, 620 is our sold call strike. As long as we stay in between 620 and 597, we are going to make profit, as you can see here. And you can see how it drops off if we go past 620. You can see how it drops off if we go past 597. As long as you stay in between that price, you are all green. Okay, so hopefully that was nice and easy to understand. Is it possible sudden market shifts and we lose collateral? Yes. So actually, it would gain collateral. What spreads are is you want the price of the contract to go to zero to make profit. Now, when it goes against you, the price of the contract will go up, and that's when you start losing. Yes, correct. And that's where we get that 200% stop loss, have that proper risk management. Any questions on that before we continue? A couple seconds here. Yeah, I mean, for example, today, let's go into what we did today. Let's go to our Discord. Thank you, Ryan, for helping me. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let me know if before we continue, let me just help out. Yeah, Microsoft is very weak. Kind of a shame. Shame. Yeah, 436. Very week. Yeah, it doesn't look that good at the moment. But while we're here, this is what I want to do. See, we got some questions coming in, and I'll answer those in just a second. So for today's trades, we sold call credit spreads. I wanted the market to stay below a certain area. We were up over 1% on the day. I don't know why this is doubled. We were up over 1% on the day, and I was expecting us to kind of hold under a certain level. Again, this worked out perfectly. The market dropped over 300 points. We were at one point down just about 100%, and you can see I actually added there and just added more profit to the level there. It was absolutely beautiful. Just gotta stay consistent with what is working. So the reason why I did a call credit spread, this is a good example. Let's bring this back up. Let's go back to our Qs. Or let's go to the index. That makes a little more sense. Okay, so I sold the 530 call and I bought a 580 call. So that's a $5,000 collateral per contract. The reason why I did this is I bought it right around here. Okay. First off, we were just breaking yesterday's highs. Okay. We already were up 1.2% on the day. Usually, when we go up or down 1%, the probability of getting to 2% is under 6% of the time. So I already had that probability in my sector. We were getting contracts that were 95% probability of profit. So there's a 5% chance of us losing at the time just on the probability of profit too. We were also over 200 plus points out, which is just under 1%. We started to see some, well, first I was looking for a dip because we were really extended. We started to see some weakness here. This is where I started to add, and now it kind of looks like we curl up here. If we could break over this 159, 160 on NDX, I think we could easily get into the 200s here. But again, I never want to trade with the trend. In this case, some people may look at this and be like, okay, I'm ready to get a put spread. Well, if you had a put spread and you're buying that up, let's just say just about 1%, you're putting yourself at risk because, first off, yes, we were trending up. Perfectly fine, 100%. But two, you would have to get, depending on how people trade it. I trade very conservatively. As you can see, I'm trading 90% plus probabilities. You get a move like over the past few days, we've been weak. You get a move like today, we're up 1%. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You totally would have lost your ass if you got a put spread here, if you got a put spread here, if you got a put spread here, because you're like, oh man, this just keeps going. You had a 300 plus point drop down. You would have lost your ass. The collateral, the stop loss would have been well over, those contracts would have been well over probably 500, 600% loss. And that just depends on your strikes. But still, this is why I like to go against the grain. When you start to see some weakness or start to slow down, I like to go against the grain. And again, market was up 1.2% when I opened that trade. I wasn't expecting anything crazy to go higher. Yes, we went a little bit higher. We got like 30 points more, but it was still over 200 points out, even at the highs. So that's where, again, you just got to be smart and follow probabilities as well as follow, okay, what has happened before? What is the market looking like over the past few days and weeks? How is it acting? How are individual names working? You have to factor all of that in. Okay. 2 questions. Meant to be managed going through all this. Generally, I see that call spreads need to be closer to the money than put spreads. Yes, as of now, call spreads are lower. They have lower premiums, which means we need to get closer strikes to execute, get a good premium on it. So that is correct. Whereas put spreads, you can usually go further out because as volatility rises, the grow quicker. Put spreads, you can go usually further out and do that. before we enter the trade, we know the return for sure. Correct. Depending on how many contracts you have, yes, you know the return, before you actually execute the order. And then you might also have, hopefully I'm saying that right. I had a second question. When do you decide between the two, meaning a put spread or a call spread, versus an iron condor for the day? So on a day like today, I would not do an iron condor because we are just going up and down. Maybe here I would do an iron condor, but it's a little late in the day. There's only 2 hours left. I did not really like that. I think I took a iron condor on this day, which is Friday. Let me just double check. What's 160? Yep. I could have called that. I didn't even look at the Discord. Hold on, give me a second. I didn't even look at the Discord until now. I could just tell just by looking at it, I took the condor. So we got a $50 wide again. Premiums were really low. VIX was really low. Now VIX is higher, obviously, after they dropped the past few days. Reason you can see why I got a condor is, look at this, okay? 9:30, we dropped off. Then we bounced. You can see we kind of just dropped around. I usually take my trades after 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and got a bounce. I waited to see what was going on. I think I took the trade right around there. Yeah, 11:20. So right here, right this candle right here. I took the iron condor. I was able to get right here 400 points to the upside of safety, and to the downside, again 400 points. I wasn't expect that would be a 1.8% move either way. So I took that and I ran. I mean, and look at what the rest of the day did. We did not move more than 60 points the whole day, up or down. So again, perfect example right there. We start to see the market kind of come in and just not do anything. I'm going to look for an iron condor. And then to answer your other question, how often do IV spikes trigger your 200% stop loss? I don't actually have a set stop loss. I manually watch and manually execute. So sometimes I may get just over 200% loss. Sometimes I may sell it just under 200% loss. Yes, IV spikes can happen, especially in a trade, honestly, kind of like this. Let's just say we were in a spread, okay? What they did here was kind of liquidity sweep, and they brought it right back up. Something like that could possibly spike 200%. I usually wait for a candle close before I actually execute a loss. So yeah, it could happen 100%. Yep, iron condor was on the 16th. Yeah, and again, this is a good question. So, or not question, good post. You talked about, you think it has to do with poor entries on that 200% IV spike? Yeah, 100. Entries relate to everything. In reality, today, when hold on. In reality today, I could have waited a few more minutes and got a much better entry and using probably safer strikes, even safer than I had. But I got in a little early. I was down 100% at one point. Again, that's why I added on my main account. But when I saw this, I added on my main account. But if I waited a few minutes, I didn't get the best entry person. But I felt safe enough to say, okay, this looks really good. I think we're going to start to stall here very soon. And 10 minutes later, we stalled. We had a massive. Again, obviously, it always doesn't work like that. But for NDX, they settle at 4 p.m. Market close, done. Now QQQs and SPY, they settle at 4:15 p.m. Eastern, 15 minutes after the close. You can see we have a 5-minute hanging man here, and we are looking weak again. Is there any other questions here? Free trade, how much capital do you have? So for each trade, how much capital do I allocate if someone opens a 5K account? Are you saying how much should you allocate, or how much do I just personally allocate if I had a 5K account? Just so I get a better um, answer. Answer. Okay. You guys ever wanted to trade us live? I'll put this in. If you guys ever wanted to trade with us live, you could join us at Bull Trade Finder. If you ever wanted my trades to be copy traded for you, literally put into your brokerage and I enter and exit, here is copy trading as well. And you can see the returns on that. $5,000 account is already up 4,000 with an 82% return and a 91 point win rate. So you can see right here, you can choose how many units you wanted to follow. If you wanted 10 units, you can get 10 units. That would be 10 times my size. I mean, we have people doing that right now who have requested from 5 units up it to 10 units. And yeah. What about the Discord link, Ravi? Oh, you see, like, yeah, this isn't working. Okay, so if you have a 5K account, again, that's personally up to you on what you want to risk or how much capital you allocate. Me, I allocate a lot of capital personally. I've been trading spreads for over 6 years. I know exactly what I'm risking. If I'm gonna make $1,000, I'm 100% okay with risking $2,000. So, that's me personally. You define what you're willing to risk each day. Where do you trade these spreads? I trade them on my regular accounts. On Vanquish, they only have QQQ. If you look at the here, uh, Fanad, if you look at this, you can literally see how many units. So if you want 2 units, you need a 10K account. If you want 3 units, you need a 15K account. If you want 1 unit, you need a 5K account. If you want 5 units, you need a 25K account. If you need 10 units, you get a 50K account. Yeah, it tells you right then and there. Oh, if you copy trade with a 5K account, sorry. I usually use around 3 to 5,000. I do. So yeah. You can also do SPX and Vanquish. That is correct. You share all your trades in the Asgard spreads ideas Discord or just some of them? Just some of them. I need to be fair to my own community. So we went over what a put spread is, what a call spread is, what time contour is. We went over some of the results. We went over the probability of profit and the delta. We went over I usually wait till 10:30 a.m. For a trade. Again, there's nothing to be hidden here. It's everything I'm saying is exactly what I do. And anyone who is in the Discord or has been following me forever can really say that. Um, yeah, I just have you keep here. Does anyone have an issue with hearing? Looks like yeah, the mic's working. I don't see any issue on that end. Damn, look at MU. Holy moly. These things don't care. They don't care. Caterpillar with another one. Oh my lord. Wow. Caterpillar looks really good, man. Inside day, 9 EMA hold. 2 days red. The cat is back. The cat is back. Does anyone else have any questions? Because as of right now, I don't really have anything else to think of. Trying to think. But we basically went through it all. And again, if you guys have any questions on Any questions on copy trading, any questions on spreads, do not feel afraid to ask me. Contact me on any form, X, Discord, please. I'm always willing to answer anyone's questions. Uh, no, no, uh, that's not correct. So the question was, when you use 3 to 5K per trade, okay, you were referring to collateral, right? No, that is not correct. Um, so if I am using $5,000, but my premium that I'm expected to make is $100, say, the risk is $200. It's always 2 times the loss, I mean, the profit to be made. So I'm risking $200. Yeah, I'm risking $200 if it's a $100 premium. If it's a $50 premium, I'm risking $100. If it's a $60 premium, I'm risking $120. Um, to be honest, payment, I think hopefully I'm saying that right. Um, can I talk about what the expected return per year with 5K account copying me is? Realistically, I can. I can just tell you my past results. I have no clue what the return will be. I mean, right now in 3 months, just over 3 months, we yeah, just about 3 months, we are at 82% return. Um, in my main account that I've been doing a 5K challenge on for just under 2 years, 5,000 to 112,000, which is a 2,000% return. Um, everyone wanted me to start another $4,500 challenge to kinda redo the 5,000 one that I'm at 112K at right now, and that is already up 63% since I started that in just under a month. Exactly 2 months. Exactly 2 months, 63%, and that's hitting at 93% win rate. Annualized return, it says it's expected at 260%. So, to be honest, I cannot give you exacts because I just don't know. But I can show you what we have working, what we have of over 2 years of data, and go from there. And obviously, that is during volatility, during no volatility. Um, I just don't yeah, I can't give you an exact number because it could always change. I could say 100% and we get 200%. I could say 100% and we get 50%. The best answer I could truly give is I just truly don't know. All I do know is look at the consistency. That's literally all I can say. Look at the consistency. I have had 1 red month since I started, uh, we started in 2024, so I'm missing a few months here, but those were also green. I've had 1 red month since I put this up, and you can see obviously the results from there. Again, you could see the results in anything else. I mean, Peakbot puts this in themselves. I have no control over this one, which is the copy trading one. So there's no skewed results. You can see 82% return, $5,000 is already 91.28, and I'm averaging just about 20% a month. So I'm so happy to hear that, Excel. Ever since starting with Vanquish and joining this Discord, I've yet to lose a trade. I'm so happy to hear that, seriously. And we will lose a trade soon. Trust me, it's coming. It's coming, and it'll be a little bit, you need a little Band-Aid, but you come right back and you grow from it, you compound from it, and you just keep moving on. I mean, hell, on the big account, I've lost some trades that are 3,000, 4,000. So it's here and there. I know what I'm willing to risk, and that is basically I am fine with that. So, um, you ever sold butterflies when you haven't been able to honestly, I don't do butterflies. I just focus a lot on credit spreads and iron condor. So, yeah, I can't really answer that, Karen. How does a copy trade work? It automatically executes trades in my trading account? Yes, correct. Guy things. That's how it works. So, I'll enter, for example, today at we got 0.55, it'll execute 0.55, maybe 0.53, maybe 0.50, maybe 0.60. It does a little couple cents depending on how the price is moving. Um, and it executes entry, it executes my exit, and so on and so forth. How to determine the put entry price? Yeah, again, that's just dependent on, for example, a put side. I'm looking at previous supports, and then I'm doing probability of profit on the actual strike. Can you share the process to start copy trading? Do you need an E-Trade account or how? So for the copy trading only, the only brokerage allowed is Tradier. When you do sign up though and deposit, the 5,000 minimum, you get $100 and you get 6 months free of options trading. I appreciate that. Listen, Heyman, we're grateful that you're willing to share this. Again, I want to see people succeed. When I went to college, I wanted to be a teacher, and then instantly changed that because I've already been trading from just late junior year of high school. I changed that from to be a teacher to being a financial advisor. I always wanted to do something that would help people grow in some sort of way. Obviously, as a teacher, you see kids grow. You see them learn. You see them become smarter. You see them become, hopefully better humans. And helpful to society. You get to see so many great things. Being a financial advisor, you see people grow financially. You help them succeed in areas that they want to or grow on. And it's the same thing here. I have my own business. I want to do the same thing. I want to build relationships with people. I want to see people succeed. I want to see people grow. Um, that's why I am 100% fine with people texting me, contacting me, asking me questions. I would hope the same is done for me. I know I say that a lot too. If I was struggling or if I needed to learn something, I would hope someone would answer my questions. Um, and I do in any specific manner. So do not be afraid to answer, text me or anything of that sort. Hope you don't mind if I ask this. Given you can generate 10 to 20 times return per year, why would you allow us to competition strategy? Well, what's the point of that? I mean, in term payment, technically, I am profiting in a way. It's basically another business, um, copy trading. Um, so technically, I make money to help people grow an account or hopefully grow an account through my trading. Um, so, in that regard, that's a plus on my end. But why? What is the point of holding something back? That I never understood that when I see people not tell everything that they're doing with their trading. Like, what is the point of that truly? What are you really getting out of that? So yeah, of course I watch it like, oh, okay, yep. Literally simple. Hey, you literally purchase membership, trade your account, and everything gets executed in and out. Seriously, there's really no other way to explain it. It's simple. Um, no, you do not share your trading account credentials at all. I don't want that. I don't see that. Peakbot has I guess it's an API. Again, I'm not that good technically. Um, I guess it's an API that just basically connects the account. You are allowing the connection to happen and all the executors to go. I'm so happy to hear that. I can tell you one thing, you are the one person who brought this to me, and I really appreciate it for what you do. Thank you. I appreciate that. And again, payment, another thing to go back. I mean, you know, just it feels great to help people. I, it really does. Here, I've heard so many stories. I've met people in person from trading online here. Um, there's just so many good things. I've made relationships with people. I see people, you know, so it's there's so many benefits to it. 100%. Being able to help people and share the strategy that has worked for me. I guess so. Yeah, Robbie. I guess it gives them read or write access to copy the bot. I believe so. Again, I'm not good technically, not too sure, but yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone any questions on copy trading? Any questions on the Discord? Any questions on spreads? Again, if you guys are interested in the copy trading, come here. I sent that link in there. Boom, boom, boom. If you have any questions, please do write them. Hold on, I'm just doing something. Sorry. Boom, 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 boom. Just writing back some people before I forget. I always try to answer everything right off the bat, or as quick as I can. I don't want anyone waiting. Can you give steps to? Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, so you're enrolled. Okay. Can you give steps to the copy trading? Honestly, again, I said it a few times over the past few minutes. I don't really have any steps. It's just literally you purchase a membership, sign up, um, you sign up, and it literally just executes trades. Any testimonials from anyone who has used copy trading for a year or two? We haven't had it for a year or two. It's been just under 3.5 months. Is where I really started to do it with Peapod. I personally have worked with Peapod for over 5 to 6 years now. I met them in person multiple times. I love the product. Are you getting the same prices given the spreads are so wide? For losses cat down as existing cleanly. And George was just about to ask that. So I can answer that as well. We have had instances where it does for the entries specifically. It could get you a little bit lower. It could get you a little bit higher. Yesterday, I got in at 1 cent. Some people got in at 60 and 70 and 80 cents, and some people got in at 51 cents, and there were some people that got in at 30 cents. Now, the reason for the that happening on this specific thing usually is pretty consistent on getting the same entry. But the reason why it happened yesterday is the contracts were really far to the money, and there was just really no open interest. So I guess we'll kind of just try to fill them anywhere. On the entry side, we try to fill people. On the closing side, we have it executing, right then and there. Again, I don't know the specifics to the technology or so. Um, I just know how to trade it, everything from that end. We've had one issue on the sell side where apparently it went through as a market order. And that was over a month ago. Other than that, for the sell side, I have not heard any bad issues or any bad fills. We talked to the brokerage. Oh, I think the voice is breaking if you move away from the mic. Okay, how about now? Can you hear me? Is it much better? Did you hear everything I said, by the way, or no? Just want to make sure you heard everything I said. Otherwise, I'll go back a little bit. let me know if I need to go back, and I will do so. Do, 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 do. Okay, it's better. Good. I always do limit orders for my entries and my exits. Doing a market order is pretty tricky, and you're going to get horrible fills. For each unit, does it refer to the initial? Yes, it refers to the initial deposit amount. So why that is being said, um, for example, if you do a 5K account, you're doing 1 unit. 1 unit meaning you're getting my exact size. If you do a 10K account or a 2 unit, you need 10,000 in the account, and you're doing double the size that I do. If you're doing 3 units, 15K account, you're getting 3 times the size that I do, and obviously that keeps going up. Yes, and a monthly fee does rise as the more units do. Every single person, and if anyone's in the chat, I know for a fact every single person that is in the copy trading currently is profitable. Oh shit! Oh my god! The market just ripped. The market just ripped. Holy schmoly! What is that news? Hold on 1 second. What is this news? I don't see. Oh, okay. I got it. Tariffs will not be that were scheduled to go into effect on February 1st are not being imposed. We have formed a framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland. That is why we just got a massive. Yes, entry was at 55 today. Exactly. Yeah, apparently they got a deal with Greenland. That is why we just got a massive pop. Pop, pop, pop. Hold on, hold on. We're about to see new highs. I'm not really worried about our spreads. Yeah, I'm not worried about the spreads. Let's see. Let's see. Well, they said so. Actually, hold on. Where is that question? Heyman, was it you? Nope, it was Kieran. You talked about IV spikes triggering the 200% stop loss. We just have a massive IV spike here, and technically, I am over that 200% loss right now. But I know for a fact that will easily die down in a few moments here. But something like that, I'm not looking to close out on. I'm going to look at the. Yeah, we're at a 95% probability of profit still. And this is just an IV spike from news. So I got no reason to close that personally. Hell, I actually just opened short at 25,000 or 64 on NQ. If anyone doesn't have any more questions, I'm going to close it here and I will talk to you all later then because I do have to get going here. So let me know if you guys have any more questions. Mhm. Greenland news just ripped the market. So on a thing like this, JJ, I mean, oh, look, it's already back down. It's already back down to we're at a 20% loss now. So yeah, you see, it's just that's just an Ivy spike. Um, I don't see any copy trades today in the Discord. Yeah, I don't post in the Discord. I mean, what I mean by that is I post the trades in the spreads channel. They're the same spreads that I'm taking on the copy, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm doing. I don't post them in the actual copy trading, like that's just where we talk about, you know, things. Sorry, one last one. Is there any capacity for the spread strategy? What do you mean exactly? So just so I give you the best answer. Melissa. Mm. Yeah, I just want to give you the best answer possible. So if anyone doesn't have any more questions, just let me know. Any more questions? Oh, now it's popping up on Restream. Interesting. Cayman, can you just reiterate that again? Just so I make sure I understand exactly what you're asking. That's all. But other than that, it seems like everyone's all questioned out. Yeah, so those spreads that just got an Ivy spike, they're back to 96% probability of profit, and they just got drained all the way back down again. And we're at entry. Okay, we're looking to go a little bit higher here. Okay, I guess Heyman's not with us anymore. Again, if you guys have any questions, always feel free to text me in Discord, contact me on X. Oh, I see. As of now, there's no limit. We haven't really had any issues. As of now, there's no limit. But if there's something does arise, we will make one 100%. Other than that, I will catch you guys later. I hope you all have a great evening. We are going higher. Yes. You guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and we will go from there. Mhm.